fundamental difference, and we have to ask ourselves, especially during this time of Lent, do I want this fundamental change in my life? Do I actually want this fundamental change? And I use this example often when I talk about the difference between a resuscitated life and the resurrected life, just in terms of like something has to fundamentally change. We can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I use the example of my Toyota Corolla, not this Toyota Corolla, but the previous one, of blessed memory, truly of blessed memory, years ago. And it was around this time, it was during springtime actually, because I was driving my Corolla happy as a clam, and then the tire light goes on. And so I said, all right, well, the weather's changing, all right, let me fill my tire with some air. And so I leave the gas station happy as a clam, driving along with my newly inflated tire. And then a few days later, the light comes on again. And so I say to myself, well, I am no expert in filling up tires. Maybe I didn't fill it correctly. Let me go back and then fill up the air with more tires. So then the light goes off. I'm happy as a clam again. And then a few days later, it goes on again. And I say, well, something might be up. I mean, I could keep doing this over and over every few days. Let's just keep doing this. But it's probably a better idea. Let me go to the store. Let me go to the shop, right? And then it turns out that there was a nail that was it was stuck in the tire, so that's why it was just leaking out air just pretty slowly, actually. It was all leaking out. It was just embedded there, just hanging out, doing its nail thing, right? So it was slowly leaking out air. And then I said to myself, well, I mean, I tried to keep going, what do we have here? But that wasn't the end, because it turns out that this nail was not stuck on the main part of the tire, so you couldn't just put a patch on it. It was on the wall. So then I had to replace the whole tire. And when you replace one tire, it's not enough because of the wear and tear on the other 3 tires. It's not enough to just replace one tire. I am now replacing all 4 tires now at this point, and it's a painful experience.